Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters around the world. It is your boy Christial, aka the Esoteric Noetic, aka the Chocolate Nubian Sobrada from Ghana, West Africa. I give it to you live. I give it to you uncensored. You can rely on me because I'm true blue. I stand with Dan. I'm on team meh. Let's get it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks. Now, if you were a content creator, you probably noticed over the last few months that there has been a cleaning spree going on YouTube. YouTube is still probably the biggest platform for content creators, and over the last few months, we've seen a lot of big names being removed from YouTube. Now, part of the reason for this is because YouTube has certain algorithms in place or certain standards that it's been implementing where it's taking people off the platform or giving them strikes, or sometimes just taking people off. There have been people that have just been taken up without any strikes. But essentially, been giving strikes to people that have been presenting misinformation, typically in relation to the boom shakalaka. Now, with YouTube's policies, essentially you get one strike. It's like, actually, first time you'll get a bit of you probably get a warning. Then you'll get one strike. You get banned for a week. Then you get another strike. Then you're banned for 2 weeks. Third time, you're out. Three strikes, you're out. I like that. And the frustrating thing is it takes a few months for the strikes to expire. So essentially, if you're on 2 strikes, like yours truly, you don't want to take the chance of getting a third strike. So essentially, I'm not going to be creating any content on my main channel for at least a few months. I mean, I've already appealed the strikes because they're baseless. But the way that the system works, I really don't think that there is a review process. I've listened to some other content creators that have done the same thing, and I mean, some of them, like I know Eric Chalai has been able to get his strikes turned down. He's another libertarian that has been saying apparently information that is medical information, but it has been reviewed, and well, in his case, he's been able to get some of the crew on Team YouTube to check it out, and after persisting, just being dogged grim with his determination, has been able to have the strikes removed. But for most people, they will have these strikes stick until they are taken off the platform. And this is proving to be a big issue for a lot of content creators like myself that have never received a strike before up till about a month ago. And then over the last month, I've received 2 because of this new policy. Apparently, according to The Hill, YouTube has taken down more than 30,000 videos containing misinformation about the coronavirus vaccine since October. A company spokesperson told The Hill Thursday. The videos included claims about the boom shakalaka 19 that contradicted local health authorities or the World Health Organization, Elena Hernandez said in a statement. The platform has taken down 800,000 videos for general boom shakalaka misinformation since February of last year. 800,000 videos been taken down. I wonder how many platforms have been shut down. People have spent hundreds of hours, thousands of hours making content over years, perhaps over a decade in some cases, just to have their platforms shut down for apparently medical misinformation. And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Oh, look, mate, you gotta make sure you're not spreading misinformation. You're dangerous. Well, the problem with some of the community standards is sometimes the regulations within the World Health Organization contradict with the recommendations within your local government. And YouTube has this policy where if the information that you presented contradicts the World Health Organization or the local government, then it can be taken down. So what happens when there is this situation where the World Health Organization is giving information that contradicts your local government? Poses a problem. And then what happens when the World Health Organization gets things wrong? I mean, that's happened before. During the start of this entire pandemic, I think it was the World Health Organization that was saying that the virus could not be transmitted from animal to human. Turned out to be wrong. Now, I presume that World Health Organization will make mistakes, as most organizations tend to. Now, are they going to go back and have a look at all the mistakes they've made for giving strikes and perhaps overturn all of these strikes? I would imagine not. But anyway, because of the current policies that are in place, I have decided not to create content, at least until my strikes are appealed or expire. Otherwise, being on my second strike, I'm running the risk of having my platform, which I've had running for about 8 years now, completely taken down. So this is why I'm making my videos on this new channel, and hopefully I won't receive any strikes for presenting information that is explaining what's going on in regards to YouTube standards. I mean, it really does seem as if they're just flagging, taking anyone down that they don't like at this point in time. And look, that'd be all fine. I mean, I wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't have an argument if they were simply just doing that and they made it clear that they could just do that. But the fact that they're saying that they're giving this fallacious justification for doing so, oh, look, mate, you're providing medical misinformation, and then taking you down, well, that's fraud. I mean, if you were clear about this thing, people could decide whether or not they wanted to invest their time. But, I mean, there are many videos that are being taken down for simply just having titles that might be controversial. I mean, this has definitely been the case with me. And when, like, there was a video I posted up a while ago that someone simply explained that they would not take the Boom Shakalaka, and then I spoke about a completely different topic after just making a few jokes, encouraging people to take the Boom Shakalaka. But that video received a strike for medical misinformation about the Boom Shakalaka 19, when there was no information about the Boom Shakalaka 19 besides someone saying that they would not take it, and a doctor explained to them that it was a good idea to take it. But anyway, this is where we're at. So look, I'm going to leave it there. But anyway, I want to talk about what's going on in Italy. Apparently, there is a new mutant strain of the Boom Shakalaka. Now, think what you will about the mutant strains. I mean, I'm certainly not going to challenge the authorities, that's for sure, because we must all accept whatever we are told. We should never question the science. Therefore, obviously, if they're saying that this is a mutant strain, then it is. We got to go with that. Now, apparently, Italy's cabinet has approved new restrictions on business and movement that will be in place between March 15th to April 6th, according to a statement from the government. Regions with more than 250 cases per 100,000 people will face full lockdown measures. Back to full lockdown again. It seems that when we see these mutations, we often see mutations and restrictions. Is it actually no? I'm not even gonna hypothesize on what's going on here. But it's interesting that we are seeing a correlation with the level of restrictions, with the level of mutations, right? One could conspiracize about what is going on here, but of course, I would never conspiracize. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just report the news and do whatever I'm told by my government, because obedience is a virtue. In other European news, the head of the Robert Koch Institute, Germany's leading health authority, warned Friday that 13 days into Germany's latest semi-lockdown, Boom Shakalaka cases remain high, and that the country may already be at the start of a third wave. Hours after President Joe Biden delivered his first prime-time address in the U.S., the Italian government seemingly marked the one-year anniversary of the start of Italy's own bloody spring by calling for an emergency lockdown amid growing fears about the threat posed by mutated Boom Shakalaka strains. It's like, last year it was all about the Boom Shakalaka. Now it's all about the Boom Shakalaka strains and mutating strains of restrictions that are enveloping the nation. According to the order, New World Order, Italy will see non-essential shops closed from April 3rd to April 15th, with people only allowed to leave their homes for work, health, or emergency reasons. You know, in my lifetime, it has never been a thing to keep people in their homes until just about a year ago. I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was a new standard that I would never see. That was something that only happened in movies. What? People being locked in their homes? What? But just over the last year, this has become the thing. A woman has been has been murdered by a man. Therefore, all men have to be staying in their homes now. They're not allowed to go out after 6 p.m. Oh, there is a boom shakalaka around, so it's dangerous. So you all have to stay in your home. You can't leave. You have to socially distance. You got to be raped and so forth. I mean, this is really concerning. It seems like over the last 100 years, there's been a complete obfuscation, not in the level of threats that we see going on around the world. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there have always been viruses. There have always been threats, whether it was the Gauls waiting to attack the Romans, whether it was some incredibly dangerous disease, But for the most part, we've always believed in this idea, at least in recent times of the last 100 years or so, in the idea of people being able to make their own minds as to how they live their lives, decide what risks they take. But just over a short while, in less than a generation, we've now mutated into this new realm of politics where essentially a government controls everything, controls what you put in your body, controls what you think, what you can say, through affiliations with big tech. They're essentially becoming an arm of the government now, control what you can post. And I think it's getting to the point where, if you follow what's going on in China with the social credit system, now, if you are not a good citizen, it's quite possible that you will have a new system in place where if you were hanging out with the wrong kind of people, you were thinking the wrong kind of things, saying the wrong kind of things, you will no longer be allowed to travel. You will no longer be allowed to participate in society. This is where things seem to be moving, ladies and gentlemen. And until enough of us take it upon ourselves to say, no, this is enough. I'm not going to have any more of it. I ain't having it. No, mate, look, I don't know about you, but I personally don't want to spend my entire life locked up in my own home. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think. Am I being overreactionary? Is this necessary in order to keep us safe? It's for your safety, right? Is this the Great Reset? Is this something that is necessary to bring us into a new era in society where we can all be as one, where there is no property, where there is no freedom, but we are all happy because we are all one and the same? We are all like the Borg. We must do what we tell each other to do. We are the one and the same. We are the Borg. Let us know what you think. Peace out, keep it real, don't drive and text. This is your chocolate Nubian soul brother, aka the esoteric noetic. Check out the Telegram group. Check out the links. Check out my main channel. You know what it is. Ow!
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.